Next tonight, it's been revealed more than 2,000 children have been living in households affected by domestic violence in Bristol and South Gloucestershire during the past year.
They are known as the hidden victims and often fail to get support they need. Now, researchers at the University of Bristol are trying to change that by using their experiences to change the help that's on offer. Katie Rowlett's been hearing one teenager's story.
My mum and dad had an argument, and it resulted in him saying he would seriously harm my mum. When she told me, I slept with a wrench near my bed, just in case anything happened.
This is a teenager's testimony of living with an abusive father. We are protecting her identity after she fled the family home with her mother.
If I did something wrong, then he would hit me. I remember one time I was 11, and he made me go on my knees in the kitchen and put my hands behind my back and beg for forgiveness. My mum was there, but she couldn't do anything because we were all scared.
Scared for their safety. Now a student, she recalls how she watched the abuse before her very eyes.
I had to be around such shouting and screaming, and the next day I'd have to go to school and keep on acting in a way so that people wouldn't think something was wrong.
This young girl and her mother are now safe. The charity Next Link supported them emotionally and physically and found them a place to live. But sadly, her story is not unique.
And our services in Bristol and South Gloucestershire, last year we had 2,300 children of victims. Some of those children will be very traumatised because they have had experienced the violence themselves. As I say, some won't be manifesting many symptoms, but they won't be communicating the same way.
These children, troubled by what they see, but feel powerless.
After we moved to the safe place, I realised I never knew what peace or tranquility was, and that peace was amazing. It was bliss, and it still is.
Well, Katie has joined us for more on this. And Katie, a really harrowing account of living with domestic violence there. Tell us a bit more about the research and what's being done to help people, as with the teenager that was in your report.
Well, academics from the University of Bristol are working with other universities across the West Country and are looking at how we can respond to children that are affected by domestic violence. It's a pilot project and it's halfway through. They've been speaking to case studies and taking focus groups. In the end, they think they will speak to hundreds of people. So this is a huge research project. When you consider that 1 in 4 women in their lifetime will be exposed to domestic violence, physically, verbally, sexually, mentally, it is a huge problem, and this is something that's outlined by Dr. Jean Fader, who's the lead researcher in this project.
Many young women in their 20s and 30s, are exposed to domestic violence, and therefore their children are as well. So it's if you looked at it through the lens of epidemics, this is like an epidemic. It's something that a large minority of the population are experiencing, and their children are experiencing it too. My view is that we've let the mental health needs of children and the needs of children exposed to domestic violence really, we've lost that sense of priority for that. And part of the aim of this research is to bring it back into view with some evidence of what's effective.
Now, the findings of this study that's being funded by the National Institute for Health Research are not definitive yet, but one idea that's being trialled is to get GPs involved and to ask the right questions that they can make a referral if they think a child is at risk. Once the study is finished next year, the challenge, if it's successful, will be to get this idea into every GP surgery in the country, increasing the life chances of all children.
OK, Katie Rowlett, thank you.